let's talk about the one character who no one knows anything about or cares to.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, that. I mean,
Bizarro. Who's the most obscure DC character I can think of? Dead Man.
oh,
I have no
Dead
idea what
Man.
the
Yeah, I was
fuck.
about to say Boston Brand. Dead Man.
I I don't know what his powers are. I'm like, does he just possess people? I don't know.
Pretty much. I mean,
That's the move
he's a
James Wan
ghost.
should have done.
Boston Brand. Not
James
true.
Wan should have done that because James Wan is familiar with ghosts and the specters and stuff. So you just have Dead Man.
But it
Could be
would have
like
had to be
Blankman.
like in a funny way,
Yeah, like Blankman, right?
like Blankman, the Damon Wayans film
No, what am I thinking of? Darkman. Sorry,
with Liam Neeson.
With Liam Neeson, yeah.
It's been a while. I don't even remember what the plot was even about. I just remember he had no face.
Yeah, he got his face melted, but he could make lifelike masks, but they only worked for a certain amount of time, and he was simultaneously trying to rebuild the relationship with his fiance or girlfriend or wife while hunting down the people who disfigured him
Hmm.
without revealing to her that he was a horribly disfigured man. And he had super strength and I think no pain receptors or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, the DCEU, I totally sidetracked. We were supposed to not get off on tangents and we did anyway.
I only know a little bit about the character of Aquaman, Arthur Curry. I don't know what his story was pre-rebirth. Post-rebirth, it is that he was pretty much just raised on land. And then he just finds out he's an Atlantean prince or heir to the throne. And then goes down and hooks up with some... I don't want to say hooks up. I mean, that sounds... He meets up with really badass redheaded girl named Mira, who's got these waterbending powers. She is a waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe.
Mm-hmm. The beginning of that sounded just like Black Panther, but from Killmonger's perspective. Aquaman's gonna swim down there and he's like,
"Hey, Auntie."
Yeah, I don't know much about Aquaman other than he used to be basically a pathetic character, and then they did some reboot to him and gave him like a hook hand and a scar, and now he like, I guess they were trying to like overcompensate, so he's like a zero fucks kind of guy.
Yeah, they really tried to serious it up, especially right now in the Rebirth comics. It's a matter of like Earth versus Atlantis.
Hang on, just let me know if Michael J. Fox is going to be there as Milo Thatch from the film Atlantis, which I just watched 2 days ago for the first time.
That took years to build. Took me like 30 seconds to blow it up?
10 seconds, 11 seconds. It's fresh in my mind. I watched it 2 days ago.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in years. I just remember that mustache guy was my favorite character.
Really? You didn't like Mole? Seems like a guy you'd like.
I liked the mustache guy when I watched it. I don't know. I might feel differently now. There's a lot of characters I liked in my childhood that now I just find not as likable.
Same. So Michael J. Fox will not be in the Aquaman film. But
you know what?
So tell me,
you kind of bring up a good point in that I think Aquaman kind of is the Black Panther of the DC universe. It's that whole country dynamic, you know, the city of Atlantis, who rules the waters and 70% of the earth. Like, they want us to stop destroying it. So, of course, that's always been the classic story, you know, all the Atlanteans want to go to war with Earth, but Aquaman, being the king and the child of both worlds, is like, nah, we can find a way to get along with each other.
So is he, like, I know very little about him, but can all Atlanteans go on land, or is that like is he some like half human, half Atlantean sort of
I believe they can all go on land, but there's a limited amount of time they can spend on land. Especially depending on like how much oxygen is in the air, it might be harder for them to breathe. I think they can spend like maybe a couple hours out of the water and then have to go back in.
I didn't know if it was going to be another the Amazon or wherever the fuck Wonder Woman's from, and they're all fucking super powerful, but kind of all equal again.
Except for her.
Yeah.
I do think all the Atlanteans are stronger than the average human, if only because their muscles are being toned from constantly being underwater. And I know Aquaman is supposed to be... He's not on Wonder Woman, Superman level, but he's definitely one of the more heavy hitters.
So tell me, because you've watched the Justice League movie.
Yes.
Because I worked on that, and I was just like, watching scenes without sound. But to me, it seems like all they ever do is punch. Like everybody. Like Superman punches, and Wonder Woman punches, and then Aquaman skis on a guy, snowboards on a alien.
I'm gonna be honest, it's not that creative in the comics either. They kind of punch. As far as strategy, that's why there's a Justice League. They need to take their strategy tips from Batman. That's why I'm excited to see what Matt Reeves does with Batman.
Yeah, I'm down.
In the whole list of directors who give us hope. But Zack Snyder was supposed to give us hope, and he did terrible things with Superman.
Do you bleed?
That's because you guys all forgot about Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Once Sucker Punch came out, I was like, I see why the movie was called that. Fucking got me. So you're not convinced that James Wan is going to make a good Aquaman movie?
I want DC to kind of break out of that dark and dismal, grim setting.
Didn't they do that with Suicide Squad?
No.
Okay, so what I got to say about James Wan, I trust his track record. If I'm going to watch any DCEU movie, it will be one that he has directed. And I didn't know Matt Reeves was directing one. I like the movies I've seen from him.
That should be exciting.